everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Lucid9! Without any further ado, let's just jump into it. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we were finishing off with the last two. So we did Misaki and Elizabeth last time, right? And this is the save file that I used for Elizabeth, and that's the one for Misaki. Let's choose the last two people, so Akira. At a time like this, spending time with a positive spirit sounds like heaven. And then, of course, we'll leave it off with Ray.
Hey, if it isn't the Daimyo himself.
The what now?
You know, Daimyo. Feudal lord and all that.
What? Did you run out of modern military terms?
Oh no, it's just that saying Daimyo 10 times fast is a really good way to practice renunciation.
Daimyo Yama, Daimyo Yama, Daimyo Yama, Daimyo Yama, Daimyo Yama, Daimyo Yama, Daimyo Yama.
And as my grandma used to say, renunciation is the better part of valor. Daimyo Yama, Daimyo Yama, Dayo Mama, Dameyo, ya.
I can't help but laugh at her sheer ridiculousness. Yeah, I guess this is what I need. Say, Akira, are you here right now?
Free as a bird and a voting woman of society.
Aren't you a minor?
Oh, right. Then only free as a bird.
Think we can meet up?
I think therefore I am.
I'll take that as a yes. How does this courtyard Alright. Wait. The entire school's closed. Well, GFC's not exactly the nicest environment, and even the cafe's not the best for private conversation. Is there anywhere else we could do some conversation? Ah, of course. How does the river sound? You know, the one by school.
Oh, yes, good old George. I've been meaning to check out on him for a while.
I'll take your word for it.
See you in a few, Daimyo Yama.
And you, Samurakira. She giggles slightly before cutting the call. Right, time to head to the river. My glasses are fucking dirty as hell. I'm gonna take the sweet time to clean them. Oh, I don't have my glasses cloth. Where did I put it? Where the fuck did I put it? What the hell? I thought I had it! I always have it with my phone. What the... Well, guess I'll be blind forever now. I don't see it anywhere. Fuck. Well, this is just fan-fucking-tastic. Maybe it's in my coat. I don't know. I had the caps lock on. I'm like, what the fuck? I leave my luggage in my apartment and head outside, slipping Rui's pen into my pocket. The day is beautiful and bright, sending waves of sparkles skittering across the surface of the Rainbow River. If I hadn't almost drowned in it twice, I might have actually appreciated its beauty. Yeah. The minutes I spot the familiar bobbing of a blonde head around the corner.
A fair afternoon to you, Daimyo, blah blah blah.
Good morrow, Samurakira. Akira stops before the bench with a dramatic flourish of her arm.
Might I ask, my lord, what hailed such urgency?
You can sit down, you know. Despite my words, she remains standing at a distance, almost as if I'm carrying some contagious disease.
But I am but a humble samurai, Daimyo Yama. To sit next to a lord of your rank would be preposterous.
So it would, if we were actually in medieval Japan, but we're not.
On the contrary, our position within the time-space continuum is all but relative, limited solely by human constructs.
And within those constructs, we're not in medieval Japan.
Totes, you're about as fun as watching grass grow on an assembly line, Daimyo Yama.
Yeah, I'm told that I'm the life of the party. She giggles at this, finally sitting on the bench, but on the opposite side. The distance suddenly brings to mind yesterday's conversation with Rui. I clear my throat, fixing my eyes on the churning river. So, I'm moving.
Oh, where to? I hear that North High has some tragically stupid students, but a great view of the ocean. And also that Hikarazaka High is really sweet at first, but eventually tears you apart with utter misery and despair. And apparently Afterlife High is really out of this world.
Ah! Afterlife High! Ah! 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 What? What are you talking about?
Well, you know, lots of people are pretty mad about the academy closing. It happened so close to university entrance exams.
I'm not moving to another school, Kira. I'm moving out of Isama. I'm not sure what I was expecting from Akira. Maybe a laugh, maybe an exaggerated jump, maybe some kind of pun or joke. Whatever I was expecting, it certainly wasn't complete silence with an unnerving blank expression. A long moment passes, and Akira's still sitting on her side of the bench, hands pressed into her knees. She doesn't move, she doesn't say a word. Concerned, I reach over to shake her shoulder. Akira, is something... And suddenly she brings up her arm, pushing my hand to the side. She stands, still blank-faced.
You're moving away?
Yeah, back to my hometown.
Seto, 3 hours away?
Huh? Yeah, how did you... Oh, right.
I see.
The moment stretches thin between us. I feel like silence is being forcibly shoved down my throat. Kira?
Of course you're moving away.
Bewildered, I only stare like some useless idiot as Akira's shoulders begin to shake.
Oh, Dayuma. Whatever shall we do? You haven't confessed your true love yet.
Her trembling words belie her placid smile. It's starting to see the impenetrable Akira buffeted like a leaf in the wind. Why? Why would she be so upset? I'm moving 3 hours away. I'm not dying.
Oh, Dayama. Don't you know that moving away before confessing your feelings is a bad idea?
I don't want to worry about feelings. Marie and I are good friends right now, and that's all I need to be concerned with.
But if you realize something later, you might never get closure.
The internet exists. I'm sure I'll live. My words are harshly blunt. I'm not trying to hurt Akira, I just don't know what to say. I'm sorry? Are you okay? Is something wrong? They all seem awkward. Trite. She appears genuinely distraught, and unlike with Rui, I have no clue what to do. So all I can be is honest. That's all that's left. Surprisingly, Kira matches me. She straightens, her eyes flaring with determination.
No.
Oh?
You're supposed to see Rui today, aren't you?
Ah, about that.
So while you're there, hear her out, and then give a good response. Hear me, Daimyo Yama. Both of you need to be happy.
Look, Akira, here's the thing.
No!
Oh.
No!
She screams this, loud and firm. I can hear echoes of her voice bouncing along the edge of the path. I only stare in shock. What?
I'm not listening to what you have to say, Daimyo Yama. There's no way you would. Rui's Hayat is your one true love. Only Rui.
Can you stop saying that? I'm telling you.
Don't say you have another girl in your heart. Don't say that she's...
Kira trails off, her cheeks flaring a bright red. What has possessed her today? Look, can you just let me explain myself?
Daimyo Yama. Let me try to understand what you're currently thinking.
I'm pretty sure I could do that myself, if you let me talk.
No, I can't let you speak.
I feel a little flare of irritation, but I shut my mouth. Even though I don't understand why Akira is acting this way, she cares deeply for Rui. She probably has a good reason.
I bet that you don't really know how you feel towards Rui. You're probably scared, right? Scared that you can't return her love? And if your relationship changes, well, you might just end up losing everything. So instead, you pretend like nothing's happened. Like you don't have any feelings because you want to keep the status quo. Or maybe you don't have feelings, but you know that you could have them. they just need some encouragement. And you're not giving them that encouragement. Isn't it because you're scared? Isn't it because you kind of wonder if Ruby really does like you? Or if she just thinks she does because the two of you happen to spend a lot of time together? Just like you?
Every word she says hits the nail on the head. I stare wordlessly at her.
Please, Daimyo-yama, go to her. If you don't know what to do, just listen to her. Don't worry about what to say. I think that if the two of you talk about it honestly and if you really try to understand, everything will work out. Just be honest, okay?
Okay. To be honest, I still don't get this girl. But I want to honor her conviction. After all, she's Ruri's other best friend. This conversation will likely affect her just as much as it affects me.
I guess I should stop being a coward, huh, Daimyo-yama?
What?
To be honest, I also have something to say.
I'm listening. She shuffles for a moment, lacing her fingers behind her back.
You see,
She pauses, her grip tightens.
the thing is,
Another pause, she takes a deep breath.
I'm waiting!
And yet another pause. Suddenly, she flings her arms outward, pointing a finger just millimeters away from my nose.
Why need to be a baker? Because it makes me so happy! It makes me happy! So, Daimyo-yama, are you happy?
Baking makes you happy?
Oh, that's irrelevant. Just answer. Are you happy?
Sure, I guess.
No! I must know without a doubt that you're overflowing with happiness like a psychedelic volcano on a caffeine high. It's the only way I can.
She trails off, then clears her throat.
Well, are you happy?
Am I happy? I'm the closest that I've ever been, for sure. But moving away means that I'll be alone. I won't even be able to hang out with Rui. For now I am.
Then as long as you stay that way.
She abruptly straightens and brushes at her skirt.
I think I should leave now, Daimyo-yama. I've got places to be. A specific place in particular.
I'm not sure why, but although nothing about her has changed, she looks broken. I feel a tickle of guilt in the pit of my stomach. Hey, Akira, is everything
Just stand me, Daimyo-yama. See ya.
Wait. She halts in her steps, expression frozen on her face. I'm sorry to ask this, but I'm leaving right after I visit Rui. So, could you tell everyone else about why I moved?
And what would that reason be?
My parents are too happy after the whole serial killer deal.
Huh. Well, that definitely makes sense. Leave it to me, Daimyo-yama. I won't even ask why you won't text them yourself.
Technically, you just did, kind of. Kira turns again, but suddenly swivels back, her lips flat against her face.
Can you do me a favor, Daimyo-yama?
Probably.
Don't contact me again, okay?
Everything suddenly turns stone cold. Wait, what?
I'll block your number if I have to. Goodbye, Daimyo-yama. Yum, and farewell, fare thee well.
And without another word, she suddenly takes off, disappearing down the river path. What was that all about? Don't contact her again? Out of the blue? But why not? Did I say something to offend her? Or maybe it was some kind of elaborate joke or reference? No, I get the feeling that she was serious. Maybe more serious than she's ever been. I just don't understand. Every time every time I get a little bit closer to uncovering that mind of hers, it feels like she only drifts farther and farther away. Well, I guess moping about it won't do any good. And now we're gonna save. And now we're gonna load. Yes. And now we're gonna see Ai. Well, I've never actually used this number since I got it at the amusement park, but now's as good as the time as any. The dial tone suddenly stops. Did the call disconnect? Hello?
Yama.
Or maybe Ari just picked up the phone and didn't say anything. Sorry, this is kind of sudden, but do you have a few moments to spare? Why does she get this music? It's so weird.
Yes.
Can we meet up for a second?
That's not very much time.
I mean, can we meet up for maybe half an hour?
Oh, where?
I can come to the temporary housing.
Yes.
Wait, on second thought, that might not be wise if there's students all over the place. Students who still hate Ari's guts. How about rooftop? No, school's closed. Is there anywhere else where we could have a decent discussion? Of course. You know the river by school?
Yes.
Can you meet me there?
Yes.
See you in a few minutes.
I am hanging up.
Right. Time to head to the river. Presently, I notice Ari coming down the path, a peach held securely in her hands. She sits beside me, staring emptily at the river as she bites into her snack. Morning.
It's afternoon.
Afternoon, then.
Yes, it is.
A moment of silence passes. Eventually, I decide to just spit my news out. I'm leaving.
But you just got here.
I'm leaving Isamu. I'm moving back to my hometown.
Moving?
Yeah. Basically, my parents don't think that it's safe for me to be here, so they want me to come back.
Why?
Well, you know, the whole serial killer thing. They weren't too happy to hear about it. Ari's expression doesn't budge, but her peach lies forgotten in her hand.
You don't want to go back?
No, I don't. I feel like after years of stumbling around in the dark, I finally found something that I'm supposed to do, and now what? I have to move away?
All the heroes have to for the training montage.
I stick at this despite my dark mood. Sorry to break it to you, but I'm not a hero. The only reason I even came to Isamu is because Rui's family had to move here.
What do you mean?
We all used to live in Seto, the suburb 3 hours away. Don't know if you know it. That's where Misaki, Rui, and I grew up. But Rui's dad got a job here, so they moved.
Your family moved here too?
No, they sent me to the academy where Rui was transferring.
Why?
The question sticks in my mind, and I can't find the words to answer it myself. Why? Because I was mentally unstable. Because my parents didn't want to deal with me anymore. At least that's what I'd always thought. But now, I guess they thought that I wouldn't do very well without Rui.
You are very close.
Yeah, inseparable.
She's a classic patient childhood love interest.
Can't stop the sigh of exasperation that spills out of my lips. Not this again. It's just, she wants to meet up today to tell me something. Pretty sure she's going to confess.
Confess?
Yeah, confess her love, I guess. Wow, that's weird to say out loud.
That is weird.
I know, I just said that.
No, the patient childhood love interest is acting outside of parameters. That is what is weird.
Sorry? Ari tilts her head quietly, a thoughtful look in her eyes.
She's not supposed to confess. She must hold in her feelings forever. She must never bring it up. What defines her is her unrequited love. Did you set any flags which would change her behavior?
That's a very odd explanation, but Ari is being very earnest. Maybe this is her way of trying to help me? I took her to the cemetery. Expect Ari to be horrified by this, but she only nods in understanding.
Who are you visiting?
Interesting. I guess that taking events at face value has its advantages. It's kind of a long story, I guess. But, seems like it helped her feel so special somehow.
I see.
She sinks back into the bench, staring aimlessly at the river. For a second, I think that her mind has drifted away, until she suddenly snaps back to attention, eyes narrowed in determination.
You must see her today, at all costs.
What? Why?
I shall guess what you are currently thinking. You are not certain of your feelings. You believe that you cannot reflect Rui's love for you. You believe that changing your current relationship will only result in difficulties and an eventual shattering of your friendship. You believe that you are selfish for wanting to maintain the current state of affairs, but neither do you wish to hurt Rui. In fact, part of you wonders whether Rui's feelings for you are genuine or simply a natural reaction to spending a large amount of time together, because those very feelings are what you hold.
Well, yeah, actually. She's exactly right. That's kind of terrifying. So, what do you think I should do? Oh, right. You said I should meet her today at all costs. But what should I say? How should I respond?
Whatever is truest.
What exactly does that mean?
Do not speak like someone else. You're not LaRouge Lamparade. You're not Suzumu Kuromochi. You are Yama, just Yama.
Just Monica.
So you must speak with her today.
So basically she's telling me to just be myself. It's vague, but pretty comforting, surprisingly. Okay, thanks, Ari. Ari suddenly resumes munching at her peach, her eyes drifting far to the river.
When you come back, you must fight.
Fight what? Fight what? Ruri? Crime? The media? For the truth? Either way, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not coming back, not permanently. Ari's peach stops an inch before her lips.
Not coming back?
I doubt my parents will let me come back alone, and it's not like they can just leave their restaurant either. Ari trails off at this, looking unusually disheartened.
I see.
This abrupt display of emotion kindles guilt inside of me. I promptly search for something that will ease her mind. But I'm gonna visit, and there's email and text messaging and phone calls. Ari says nothing. I can't even begin to guess what's going on in her mind. Maybe in some way she'll miss me? It's an unusual thought. All I've done in the past few weeks is tease her and get her into trouble. Either way, I'm glad that she's now part of a friend group. If the RP yesterday was anything to go by, Rui will make sure that she's no longer isolated. Rui's always been good at that, really good at that.
Yama, if you are leaving, make sure to take a training montage. Please make sure to have a training montage.
Although her tone is somber, I get the sudden urge to ruffle her hair. I settle for a smile. But there's no nearby or obscure villages in the mountains.
Climbing mountains is also good training.
Me? Yeah, no. The tiniest smile pulls at Ari's lips and she resumes eating her peach. It's odd. I feel like I barely know her, and yet the silence between us is calm, comfortable. Can you tell the others, why I'm moving and such?
Yes.
She doesn't ask why I don't just text them or email them myself. She only accepts. A sign of trust. I smile again, absorbing the peaceful moment as best I can. Then I stand. Bye, Ari.
Goodbye.
I walk away, heading to the train station. Ari stays on the bench, munching quietly at her peach. Aw, how sweet. I'm gonna save here. And we're gonna finish this off by going back to Misaki, because that's what I said I was gonna do. And yeah. And with that, I walk away, heading to the train station. Yep. Every step feels surreal. I'm walking through light, or water, or some half-formed dream. A distant part of my mind is whispering, "Moving? It can't be real. This can't be real." Earlier this year, the thought of leaving Isamu would be unimaginable. I had nowhere else to go. Even now, I don't really have anywhere to go. Either way, I need to meet with Ruri before my parents arrive. I board the subway to Ruri's house, gripping the pen in my pocket as the tunnel lights glare past the windows. Just go there, just talk with her, just hear her out. I'd like nothing more than to bolt, but this is a time to man up and face the problem head on. Hell yeah! Everything will be fine. Probably. Probably. My arrival in District 2 is quiet and unhurried. Both the station and the roads are practically empty. Despite its close distance to the heart of the city, this district takes on some definite suburban qualities. Plants are definitely more plentiful here than in any other district, save for the boundary by the Isamu Forest. As I jump into the nearest cab, I catch a glimpse of the towering cluster of research buildings that line the roads. They're the closest thing to skyscrapers in this district. Most of them proudly bear the insignia of Way Forward Pharmaceuticals. Well, I guess that District 2 is known as the medical district for a reason. Hospitals, retirement homes, top-tier specialized treatment centers. District 2 would have it all. I have experienced it myself far more than I would like. I dismiss my thoughts as the taxi rolls its way to the quieter side of the district and pulls to a stop at the entrance of a suburban neighborhood. A quick payment later, I'm striding to a familiar picket fence house on the corner of the street, surveying the sign hung sheerly on the door. Home is where the heart is, and the heart is where the Hayatas are. Cute. I'd always thought of that phrase as stupidly cheesy when I was a kid. But once you grow up a little, I guess you start appreciating stupidly cheesy things. Yeah, you do. I stand before the house for a moment, breathing quietly through my nose. This is it. The point of no return. Isn't that what they call it? The moment where it's no longer possible to have 1 foot in water and 1 foot on land, where the fence is too high to straddle and too thin to balance on. Yes or no, black or white, A or B. It's time for me to make a decision, whatever that decision means. I raise one hand to the door. Pause. One hand. How many lives have been endured with one hand? Well, how many lives have been ended with one hand? Roman gladiators looking to audiences, searching for the telltale direction of their thumbs. Execution orders from monarchs all over the world, given with a snap of the fingers or the raising of an arm. Anyone with a semi-automatic in their hand, able to end a destiny with a twitch of their index finger. Ugh, this isn't good. My mind wandering again. I tell myself that this situation isn't even that bad. That really, I just need to focus. Now's not the time to lose my head. Sorry, my throat's getting a little dry. I need some water or something. I raise my hand again and knock firmly on the door, but it gives way beneath my knuckles, creaking open in the silence. Huh, maybe she left it open for me. But then the smell hits. The moment it does, everything, oh God, everything is just unbearable. Oh no! The first thing that hits my nostrils is a gassy, greasy smell of something burning, like stir-fry left too long in a steel pan. I instinctively cover my nose with my sleeve. The stench presses past my fabric, filtering through every thread like a worn sieve. The house is dark, beyond dimly lit. Not a single light flickers within sight, even on the electronics. Every curtain is fastened shut, leaving only stray pinpricks of lights peeking through the windows. No! I wanted a happy ending, goddammit! A strange curdle of fear fastens in my stomach. I push the door wide open, my voice cracking. Uncle? Auntie? Ree? A flood of sunlight washes around my figure, bathing the living room in an ivory glow. What it reveals is cruel, unforgiving, as bleak as it is bright. What the fuck? Shards. It's the first thing my eyes land on. Fragmented, torn-edged shards of metal, wood, glass, all strewn over the floor and the furniture. Cushions with ragged seams are scattered on the ground, accompanying their toppled armchairs and sofas. The family pictures, usually in pristine condition on the walls, are hanging askew, frames cracked and pictures sagging through broken glass. Transfixed in shock, I step forward, my eyes roving around to take in the scene. I pass by the narrow doorway that leads to the kitchen. Rui and I used to play tag there back in the day. That, and we'd try to climb up the doorframe by pushing against opposite sides with our hands and feet. Now, all I can see is a pan settled on the stove, old oil dancing over blackened food. The stove still alight. Doesn't take a genius to realize that it's the source of the stench. A fire hazard in any other circumstance, and yet it doesn't feel like fire's the worst to come. I almost chuckle. Maybe they were preparing for my arrival. Hospitality was always their strong suit. Despite that, abandoned cooking, lit stove, burning food. These signs all point in the same direction as the destruction before me, something that winds in a lazy path into the dining room. Glass crunches beneath my shoes as I stop by the joining corridor, lifting my eyes slowly to the dining table. Dread. I had often felt it in my life, that black, slick sensation in the pit of my stomach that sloshed with every step I took, that rose as bile to my throat, that crushed my lungs until I suffocated on my own breath. But I had never felt like this. I stagger against the wall, my heart stopping cold in my chest. Rui's father slouched against the table, head pressed almost comically into a bowl of soup, his hands hanging idly at his side. Blood is coated over the back of his skull, crusting over his neatly kept hair and swimming in the soup that covers his face. His skin is pale, lifeless, his joints solidified from rigor mortis. Dead. How could this happen? My vision spins angrily before my eyes. I feel the automatic response of my conscience slipping away. No! I wrestle reality back into my grasp, jerking away from the terrible scene. I have to call the police, get help, do something. I stumble out of the dining room, jamming at my phone with trembling fingers when my foot catches against something stiff and creaky and something very human. Rui's mother, blank-eyed, cuts from the shattered fragments on the floor covering her body, jaw locked in shock at an unseen assailant. A bullet hole is planted squarely in her chest, soaking her clothes and the carpet around with her blood. Clutched in her frozen hand is a pitiful capsule of pepper spray, a laughable self-defense when surrounded by such devastation. I shakily pull myself to my feet, my breath coming fast and heavy. Too late. Dead. All my fault. Rui! Where's Rui? I stagger upward, vision still twisting as I pull myself along the wall and into the kitchen. She might still be alive. She might be okay. My own mind ridicules this senseless hope, and yet I feel strength bursting into my limbs, clearing my mind for one vital minute. Let's invent a little story. Let's say that once upon a time, a terrible murder occurred at an unsuspecting faux suburban home. 2 adults, accomplished adults, beautiful and gentle adults, were brutally shot to death. Let's say that their home was ravaged, that shards of wood, glass, metal, and ceramics littered the ground so heavily that it was impossible to take a single clear step. But let's say that their sacrifices were not in vain, that despite this blindsiding crime, their daughter, their precious little girl, was able to escape. This daughter found refuge. She waited for her friends. She was terrified, she was upset, but she was alive. Let's invent this little story, and let's pretend that it's true. Let's sleep in peace, wrapped with hope, ready to fight for a brighter tomorrow. But stories, no matter how beautiful, are always so very wrong. Because in the kitchen, there is an island counter. At the edge of the island counter, there is a sickening lump of blood that lazily oozes down the carpet. And below this island counter lies something very, very mocking. Oh my God, no! Right, no! I had a feeling she was gonna die, but oh my God, no! Why am I taking a screenshot of this? Oh my God. Who did this? Who did this and why? Mr. Aruda? Oh no. This music though. The hope that had dared to rise in my chest crushes down my lungs, driving all breath from my body. My eyes are peeled open, unblinking as if staring will somehow get rid of the sickening display. No, this isn't true. I crumple against the floor, splattering blood over my knees. I taste something metallic on the corner of my tongue. Visceral memories, barely 3 months ago, 3 months old, surged to my eyelids. No, this was over. Everything was over. This isn't true, isn't true, isn't true, isn't true. Pipes screaming, wood on metal, and a knife sinking deep into flesh. No, 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 no. I seized the nearest object, a renegade shard from a nearby shattered bowl, and gashed it violently against my skin. It should skitter across the surface, or glide like ice, or feel distant, quiet, 7 worlds away. But my arm shrieks in protest as the edge digs into the flesh, drawing slow, weeping blood. I can only stare as it throbs. Not a nightmare, not a dream, nothing but reality. Bile claws up my throat until I retch against my mouth. I barely manage to turn away in time. Digested saliva drips from my lips and seeps into the cracks of the tiled floor. A vision, a hallucination, some other explanation. Not this, never this. My sweat is ice cold against my skin. I'm shivering with such intensity that my bones rattle in my eardrums. Pipes, knives, vomit, blood. Smoke, flooding, exhaust. No. This was supposed to be over. This was supposed to be behind us. She was safe. She made it home. She wasn't at school. She was safe. I forced my eyes to drift down, engraving every corner, every color, every spike of light into the deep recesses of my mind. Eyes glazed, mouth slightly agape, a remnant of surprise. She's dressed nicely, so nicely I don't even remember the last time I saw her out of uniform. She's even wearing jewelry. I choke over my own voice. Right. She thought of dressing nicely today. She thought of meeting up with me. We were going to have a little dramatic scene, something to do with I like you and me too, maybe. We were going to eat together with her family, maybe being embarrassed, maybe being understanding. Who knows what decision we would have come to? But that is a different world. I reached her cheek, touching her jaw with the edges of my fingertips. There should be warmth, pulsating life. I almost expect to feel her breath against my palm. Cold, still, unnatural, a mannequin manufactured by fate. A small sigh expels from my lips, washing against her bangs. Rui, wake up. Her eyes are open, unblinking, a staring contest on the other side of life. God, don't make me laugh! She's not here. I retract my throbbing arm back to my side, something unceremoniously against the kitchen island. Shouldn't I scream for help? Shouldn't I wail in anger? But I only feel a numbness settling over my skin. Something deep, calm, like a lake frosting over in the face of fresh snow. Of course it would be Rui, just like it was Mizu. There doesn't need to be any logic. There doesn't need to be any sense. All there has to be is cold, unforgiving injustice. All there has to be is misery, pain, suffering. Death can strike wherever it pleases, so long as it receives its ample reward. I throw my back my head. I laugh. It reverberates in the empty, splintered ceiling. Beautiful, I muse. It's a cold kind of beauty, but it's beautiful. Just like death. My eyes drift onto Rui's face. I only stand there, an irreplaceable calm stilling all other thoughts. I can almost see it from here, her fragile pale body laid gently against the ground like a princess in slumber. Maybe she'd be smiling a peaceful smile. I'd like that. She would be lovely, quiet, vulnerable, weak. She'd be standing here, frozen in shock, the images swimming before her in a macabre production. Weak. She'd be trying to call the police, but her fingers would slide across the bloody surface of her phone to no avail. Weak. I wish that we could trade places. I wish that I would be the one lying on that floor, and she would be the one slumping against the wall with her useless phone clasped in her trembling fingertips. I wish that I would be the one with my job solidified in horror, and she would be the one with a peaceful, emotionless smile. I wish that I would be gone, drifting away in a soulless wind, and she would be here, her spirit tortured and rent apart, but alive. I've wished many things, but most of them too ridiculous to name. This, too, must be ridiculous. My vision blurs. Ah, neat trick. Neat trick you got there, fam. I'm taking a screenshot of that. Put on your 3D glasses, see if this works. Ooh, spoopy. That would be cool, though. Not gonna lie. I wish I had, like, proper 3D glasses. I have 3D glasses, but they're not the right colors for this. Unless they would work. I don't know. Let's try. Let's see. I doubt they'll work, though. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to try. It's funny that I'm like this. I'm morbid over here. None here either, are they? Huh, I guess they are at the bottom of my door. Hold on. Let's see. I doubt they'll work, but you know what? It wouldn't hurt to try, right? Here they are. Here they are. They're just hiding under some papers. Let's see. I mean, it somewhat works, but not entirely, no. Oh, well, it kind of works, but it doesn't really because these aren't the right exact colors. These are like green and purplish lenses instead of, you know, red and blue. So it kind of works because of the, like, it's purplish, so it's kind of red. So it kind of pops out a little bit. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You guys have, like, actual red and blue 3D glasses at home? You should try this. It's really cool. But anyways, as it was saying... Oh, no, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. No, I didn't mean that. No. My vision blurs. Perhaps I care, perhaps I don't. Something clatters to the ground, steep gently in Rui's pool of blood. Time wears drearily on. I see nothing, I hear nothing, there is nothing in my mind but a pale reflection, a glimmer of scarlet ribbon fixed behind my eyelids. The clock ticks, I talk. Of all people, Rui Hayata. We'd just escaped a serial killer. We'd just been stretched to our wits' end. We'd just been in intensive therapy for 3 months. That was certainly a hefty debt for life to repay. An innocent, gentle-hearted girl thrust into something that snatched away her ability to talk. She deserved the world. She should have grown up, married a guy who was madly in love with her, had 1.6 children. Had 1.6 children, okay. Very weird percentage. Lived in a house with a white picket fence. You mean like had a child and was pregnant with another? But this? What is this? What is this? This is beyond simple injustice. This is just cruelty. Life is life. Life is cruel. Cruel is death. Death is cruel. And Rui has to pay the price for their damned little games. Treating her like a pawn on a chessboard, an insignificant sacrifice for meaningless play. I can't stand it. She never deserved this. Any of it! Any of it! I lash out blindly. The heel of my foot splinters against something wooden, stabbing deep into my leg. The pain feels distant, like my limbs are detached from my head. Might as well be. After fighting so hard to keep it all together, slamming ourselves repeatedly into a wall until it shattered with our broken bodies. Rui is still dead. Then the pain, a hammering hollow circle of agony in my arm and my foot drives to a sudden frenzy. I'm assaulted with the sensations, bright and fierce and angry, corkscrewing directly into the marrow of my bones. No more Rui, no more Rui, no more bright smiles and flushed cheeks and teasing winks and exasperated loving little sighs. My calf clenches in sudden agony. I bite the inside of my cheek to keep from screaming. No more fretting like a mother hen in totally extra lunchboxes and tiny little signs of jealousy. The throbbing in my arm just rises to my shoulder, past my neck, and right into my skull. I cradle my head in my arms, desperate. No more casual trips to GFC and random moments of make-believe and strolls around downtown, because life as you know it, is gone. Tears squeezed from below my eyelids, mixing with the flecks of blood and bile smeared over my face. Stop. Just make it all stop! Not Rui. Not Mizu. There's pain. So much pain. Too much. I can't handle it. I can't handle this and everything hurts. I just can't. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, and Jill fell down, and Jill fell and broke her. And Jack came tumbling after. Hey! Then Jill's corpse comes to life. Oh wow, look at this. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun to look at? Isn't this fun to look at? Isn't this fun to look at, folks? I think it is. Then Jill's corpse comes to life. It jerks upright, limbs tied to loose ends of puppet strings, smiles at me through a sheen of red.
Oh, Jack, you're late.
Iron shoves up my nostrils and strangles down my throat. I choke, working to speak. Sorry. Oh, she pitches forward, pushed by something invisible. Her slender fingers wrap around my neck and dig into my throat. Isn't this a lovely visual? Just look at this for a little bit. Okay, everything is fine. Let's just stare at this and appreciate it. Okay, enough of that. I hope you guys aren't dying from this. Hope this isn't hurting your eyes or anything. I catch a whiff of her breath. Putrid, rancid, the smell of raw, old eggs over decaying meat. Ew. The smell makes me gag over my own tongue. Okay, thank you for that! Everyone vomit! Everyone vomit in the comments below. Oh yeah, I need to fix my microphone. Boop. There we go. Everyone vomit in the comments below. You shouldn't have been late. Her fingers disintegrate into bones, skin cells blown to ashes on the wind. They clatter into an orderly pile, forming a makeshift xylophone. Tiny little notes begin to ring from the skeleton surfaces. It's supposed to be a melody. I can feel the vibrations in the air. I know that the song is supposed to be beautiful, but my ears hear only dissonance, cacophony, a dirge for a murder of crows, and pungent burning smoke shoots from the stove like an arrow slapping me in the face. Hospitality. It should have been hospitality. Don't do this. Come back. Come back, Ruri. My surroundings melt away. I squint against the screeching, agonizing white that stabs at my eyes. The light only intensifies. No rest, never rest. You are trapped, you fool. There's no place for you. I reach out. The brightness pricks my hands. I slither backward. Stop it. Stop it. The light advances and digs through my fingernails. Ew, bleeds past my eyelids, settles in the space of the back of my neck. I pound myself against invisible walls. I rattle, chimes on a wooden bridge. No place, no peace, no pace. Stop it! Everything ends. I'll swear something must be beginning, but what is that to an ending? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But this, I can't do anything about this. This is out of my control. Out of... What was that for? Out. Oh no. Oh no, we're dead. Oh no, we're dead. We're dead. Oh. To be continued? You're gonna hit me with that?! You're gonna hit me with that?! Are you serious?! For fuck's sake! What?! Oh my god, that's the ending?! That's the ending! You're gonna end me off with that! Oh my god, what the fuck? You're just gonna end it right there? What the hell? What? Why? What? What? How dare you? How? You can't just end a game like that! That is such bullshit! What the fuck? You don't! end a game on fucking sequel bait. A game should be good enough to stand on its own. You shouldn't have to fucking end it like that. Clickbait for fucking bait a sequel. You should end a game on sequel bait. It should have a good ending that I mean, not to say that the ending was bad, but it should be a little bit more, you know, it should have, like, given you fucking, like, it should have wrapped up the story and given you peace of mind instead of just doing that. Like, I know that font. That's Playfair. The font they're using is Playfair. But anyways, I don't give a shit. They can't just do that to you. I forgot the word for it. I know the word, but I forgot it. It starts with a C. It's not conclusion, but it's something where it's like peace of mind. Something that means something like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? But like, what the fuck? You can't just do that. I mean, I get it. It's a free game, but it should be standalone. You shouldn't have to bait for a sequel. That's just, you shouldn't make the entire ending a bait for the sequel or something, right? It fucking said to be continued. In loving memory of Al Buru. I don't know how to. I can't read that. I'm not good at reading cursive. But what the fuck? You can't end a game on fucking. No, you can't fucking do that to me. Fuck you. You can't end it on fucking second game bait. Achievement unlocked, inciting incident. You can't end it like that. You can't end a game like that. Well, I can't demand anything. But what? That makes me mad. I'm mad. But, well, apparently there's gonna be a second game, according to this to be continued thing. Well, so, yep. Well, that being said, guys, that's the end of this game. For forever. So, that being said, if you guys enjoyed this game and you would like to see others, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, just like Rui, die safely. Bye-bye.